It's time to pan and zoom. Hey Pinnacle Studio peeps, how y'all doing out there? My name is Maliek, and I'm back on your screen with more Pinnacle Studio love from PinnacleStudioPro.com. A lot of you guys out there want to know how to get your pan and zoom right, so I'm going to show you how to get that smooth, fluid motion using Pinnacle Studio 20 Ultimate. So let's jump off into the program and make it happen. Alright Pinnacle Studio peeps, we are in Pinnacle Studio 20 Ultimate, and it's time for me to show you how to get your pan and zoom right. So let's get started. I'm going to right click on this clip, and I can go to Open Effects Editor and then open the pan and zoom feature, but I'm just going to click on pan and zoom because I'm not trying to waste your time. Now we're here, we see the beautiful pan and zoom interface that we have. Now, you can tell you're in pan and zoom because it is highlighted in orange, and right now we are in the static section of pan and zoom because it is highlighted in white with the orange number 1. In the middle of the screen is where all the magic happens. This is where you can make a lot of the adjustments. This is where you get to see the beginning and the end of the zooms. You get to see the white box for the static zooms, things like that. And down here below that, you have your timeline where you'll have your keyframes, your playhead so you can preview and scrub the timeline, things like that. Over here on the left, you got your preview window. This gives you an idea of what your pan and zoom will look like when you're done. And then over here to the right, you have all of your attributes, your presets, and all the parameters that you can change to make the pan and zoom unique and make it your own. So I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about the section over here to the right. So over here on the right, you have your attributes, and the first button that you have is the automatic button. So if I click on the automatic button, Pinnacle Studio will tell me, hey, this is the best pan and zoom for the content that you are using right now. So what it's telling me is this green box with the nodes is where the pan or the zoom will start. And then the red box is where the pan or the zoom will end. So if I scrub the timeline, you'll see a white box appear, which is telling you this is what is visible right now, whatever's inside of the white box. And then it goes from the start to the end, and it's zoomed in. Now another thing that you can see is over here on the left, you see the preview window. As I scrub the timeline, it shows you exactly what it'll look like when you're done. That's a great feature to give you insight into what your end result will be after you apply the pan and zoom to the clip. So that's the automatic button. Now, we're back to the static zoom. And so with the static zoom, you basically have control over cropping of the image. Because really, there is no panning, there's no motion, it's not zooming in. It's just a static zoom to wherever you want. So if I place my cursor over any one of these nodes, you'll see a line with 2 arrows. If I left click and hold that down, I can move this and resize it and zoom in to any part of the image that I want. Here in the preview window, you can see exactly what's going to show up for the zoom that I created. I can also move this to show a particular part of the screen if I wish to do so. I can turn it if I want to turn my image. So I have full control over where I zoom in and what I show and what orientation that's in just by using the static zoom. I can also use the parameters here to zoom in or zoom out or move horizontally or vertically. So I have full control either by just using the nodes, or I can use the parameters here. So again, you got all of that loveliness going on right there. So I'm gonna go back here. You can do Control Z, or you can use your undo button. So that's the static zoom. So there's also animated. So if I click on animated, once again, it will show me the beginning and the end of my pan and zoom. Green is the start position, red is the end position. I have the same controls. I can control either one of these. So wherever my playhead is or whatever keyframe I have selected is what I'll be controlling. So right now, you can tell I'm not controlling the red one because it's not highlighted, but I am controlling the start position, the green one, because my playhead is over the beginning keyframe. So if I change any of these parameters, I'm changing it for the green one. If I move to the last keyframe, now I should be controlling the red one. Right? If they're inside one another, I can click on one and control the other one as well. But that really depends on the placement of your playhead, where it's at, and which one, whether you have control over one or both. So now let's talk about some of the presets that we have on here. The default preset is the regular static. Then you have static small zoom. So on static small zoom, it zooms in. You can still adjust it and change it by using the nodes or the parameters. So then you have static big zoom. So this one's going to zoom in even closer. So now I have a static image that's just showing this part of the image. So now we have slow zoom in. So on slow zoom in, it's going to start off on the outside and it's going to zoom in the close up on the image. And then you have slow zoom out, so it's going to do the opposite. You slow zoom out, it starts closer and then it zooms out to show the whole image. Then you have pan left. If you choose pan left, then what happens here is the image pans from right to left. As I stated, the white box is everything that's visible. And you can look at the preview right now and you can see what's happening as the image goes across the screen. Once again, you can still change this all up, change how it goes across, change the direction. You can move the direction that it goes. It can go diagonally. You can do all kinds of good stuff with it. So then you have pan right, which basically just does the opposite of pan left. All right, so now let's talk about the motions. So the motion right now is set to smooth. So what that means is when you play it, it'll ease in to the motion. And then when it gets to the end, it'll ease out of it. So basically what will happen is it'll start off smooth and slow. It'll speed up, and then it comes to the end, it'll slow down. So if I play this, you'll see that happen. Starts off slowly, speeds up, and now it's going to slow down so that it's not jarring when it finishes the motion. So the next option we have on here is ease in. So if you choose ease in, it'll ease into the motion. And then at the end, it's going to just stay at the same speed. It's not going to slow down. So it's kind of jarring at the end. So you see it kind of go slowly. Now it's going to speed up. And at the end, it's not going to slow down any. It's just going to stop real quick. Bam. So the next option is ease out. And ease out does the opposite. It starts off moving fast. And then at the end, it's going to slow itself down so that it's not jarring at the end. Yeah, it started off all fast, and that's jarring. Now it's going to slow down here at the end and ease out of the move. And then we have linear. So linear starts off fast and ends off fast. There's no smoothness to it at all. Same speed throughout. And those are the different options there. So now you got all of the pan and zoom information you need to be able to create smooth, buttery motion in all of your videos.
All right, Pinnacle Studio peeps, I want to thank you so much for watching the video all the way through to the end. It truly means the world to me. Now, if you're using pan and zoom on your projects, let me know how you're using it. Using it on photos, videos, what type of projects you got going on that you find that you need to use this feature. Share it with the community. Leave that in the comments below. Now, if you like the content in this video, make sure you click on the thumb, the one that's pointed in the upward direction. Also, if you got any questions, tutorial requests, you can leave those in the comment section as well. Now, if you want goodness like this on a regular basis, you have to smash the subscribe button. When you smash the subscribe button, you receive a notification from YouTube every time I upload content. And that way you won't be missing out on any of the learning and all of the fun. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.